what's going on? What's going on, Wolfpack Federation? How's everybody tonight? I hope everybody got to see NXT tonight because I gotta be honest, after watching NXT tonight, a few people had hit me up and said, listen, I know you usually watch NXT later, but you need to see what happens on NXT tonight. Somebody's gonna debut that you're going to be excited about. And that's what I did. I watched NXT after the recommendation by a few friends, and I got hyped up. It hyped me up, and I said, you know what? We running it. We going live. We're gonna see if the WPF is in the house tonight. Yo, what up, Brennan? Too sweet. There he is, my brother from another mother. The man, we always on that same mind link. AKA, he goes by Donald the Troll Exterminator. What's good, Donald? My brother. Too sweet. Donald, did you see who is officially with us now in the WWE? Man, am I excited. And unfortunately for New Japan, they just took another big L, which, I hate that for New Japan, but I'm so excited for WWE NXT right now because they just got the King of Darkness, EViL. Now, if anybody who wasn't a big New Japan guy at all ever, I get then this not being that big to you. But to a lot of us guys who did watch New Japan, we were big fans of Los Ingobernables de Japan, led by none other than Tatsumi Naito. And those boys were an awesome faction over there. They really held New Japan together for a long time. Especially after Bullet Club wasn't Bullet Club anymore. You were still able to count on Tatsumi Naito, EViL, Sonata, Bushi. I always call him the crazy guy with the cats. I call him that so much I forget his name sometimes. But this faction held it down for New Japan. It was a solid, real deal faction that used to beef with the Bullet Club, and they would also beef with Okada's faction. And unfortunately, for whatever reasons, Los Ingobernables de Japan got broken down. EViL at one point was doing some kind of Bullet Club of Darkness thing gimmick that was not working. And Tatsumi Naito and Bushi had left New Japan and went to Noah now, which I don't know what is going on with New Japan management, but if I just lost all my top guys, I'm paying whatever I gotta pay to keep Naito. in New Japan. Donald said, how long does he stay in NXT before he comes to the main roster? Now that's I can't believe we're even sitting here tonight able to talk about that question. Like literally, we were just talking wrestling last night, and this question was not even a future question that was on anybody's radar. And to know that this is why you gotta love the wrestling world. Anything could happen in 24 hours. You never know. Like that, everything's changed. But to get back to Donald's question, which was, how long does he stay in NXT before he comes to the main roster? Well, I think it's going to be on two things, really. One, where do they want to? When do they want to throw him into the main roster? Like, what do they want to have him doing on the main roster? I think is the number one thing that they're thinking first. And two, with NXT just losing all the talent they just did for the call-ups, I think they're gonna try to keep EViL for a little while, just until they situate everything. I think once NXT is situated with NXT now, we could expect EViL call-up coming maybe as soon as the Monday Night Raw or SmackDown after Backlash. Donald said, I say maybe a month or two max. See, exactly. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if he doesn't drop on the main roster after Backlash, it's got to be the next pay-per-view after, because this isn't a talent that they need to critique, teach him how to do everything. Now, this is a guy who's already fully packaged, ready for the main roster. Now, yes, he still has to learn the WWE way, but I think, and when I say that, I mean more with the working with certain camera angles, knowing this is the camera to look at instead of that camera. Because WWE is more of a, more technical than New Japan. New Japan is more of a hard hitting wrestling with a different style on camera angles and all that. They don't have the. I got sorry. The words I'm looking is production. WWE has a more advanced production. And I think that once EViL learns that production, the WWE way, he'll be on his way. But until he does go to the main roster, and shit, we already know somebody in WWE is listening to us. So, WWE, please push EViL to the moon right now. Don't set him up to fight Tony D'Angelo to lose. Let him let him stalk that NXT World Title as long as he needs to, as long as you want to keep the belt on Tony. What if you're ready to take that belt off Tony D'Angelo, then set the match. You know, you got a real great pickup like that. This is a huge score for WWE. And especially after they just got rid of 23 names, this was a really good pickup. Who were the other two guys? I don't think I've seen them before. So I don't know exactly who those other two guys were. The the British guy that was in the crowd. I forget his shit. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name already. But he looks familiar. I feel like I've seen him somewhere. And the heavyset guy that did the backflip onto Tony D'Angelo and that on that angle. I feel like we were supposed to know who he was. And I think them not saying his name was not good. Like, you should never assume that your entire audience knows everybody that hasn't been there already. Now, it was, everybody, you heard the pop for EViL, which was, he got a good pop. The fans were excited. They even seemed very excited for the British guy that was in the crowd in all white cutting the promo. They seemed very excited for him also. Are they from the LFG show? So, unfortunately, well, not season 1 or 2, but one of the guys is from the LFG show actually that debuted tonight. The guy who came out not in the Tony D'Angelo segment. He came out in red pants and a red jacket with Jordan 13s with the white and red Jordan 13s on, and Booker T got all excited for him. Prime time. That guy is from the LFG show. He's been there seasons 1 and 2. And Maxine from the main roster, the hot blonde that's with Otis and Tozawa, it's actually her husband, that guy is. But the other two guys, I don't know them from LFG. If they're gonna be on LFG this season, we'll have to wait and see because there's only been one episode of season 3 so far, and they just changed the complete LFG format. So they used to have with the veterans would pick would pick between the talents, and at the end of each episode, the veterans would vote, and they would get points. Now they took away with all that competition part, and they're making it that they're not all competing anymore for a contract. Now, at any moment, anyone could get a contract, which I'm more of the kind of guy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think LFG was working, but apparently I'm wrong. I was wrong because out of the 23 names that was released, 4 or 5 of them were from LFG. Hey, did you know that EViL is engaged to EO Sky? No, I didn't know that. Oh shit. Good for them. What a cool couple that must be. Now I feel like I don't know why, but now I feel like we understand why EO does this now all of a sudden. For some weird reason, I feel like it all makes sense. I just found that out tonight. Holy shit. Yeah, it's it. Thank you for telling me because I sure didn't know that. Donald, I feel like it's rare, right? We come across stuff like that we don't actually know already. And exciting. I can't believe that they're a couple. Good for them. And also, what why did we get rid of Alistair Black again? How awesome this could have been a faction. EViL could have came to the main roster and he could have been the head of the faction. He could have had Alistair Black, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, if they wanted. They really had an Rhea Ripley if they wanted to turn Rhea Ripley ever heel again. Asuka would work. I just think that getting rid of Aleister Black, knowing you were grabbing EViL, is short term thinking. I don't even work for creative, and I instantly thought, how cool would have it been to make sort of like the Undertaker's faction he had back in the day, the Darkness and the Ministry of Darkness. How cool would have it been for something like that to happen with EViL coming in as the leader? I also seen your Knicks won tonight, up in the series now, 3-2. I'm trying not to get too excited about it because as a Knicks fan, I've been let down every which way all these years. So I know the Knicks are the only team that could be up like 3-0 and then lose the entire series somehow. So I'm hoping. I'm really hoping the Knicks do it. My 76ers won tonight too, but we're down in the series. We're down 2-3. Okay. Hey, but you got that dub tonight. That was a big dub tonight. So now hopefully next game they come back, tie it 3-3. And I think if the 76ers come back on the next game and tie, I think they got him then. I think your team is good money then because if they won tonight to make it 2-3, they win again 3-3. That momentum is so big. Whew. There is nothing better than when your team has the momentum and they're riding a hot streak. Shit, I just remember my own days from playing basketball. When we were in a slump, we were in a slump. But when we were on a streak, man, everything was going in a lot easier. Everything felt more, you know, everything was less heavier on the mental part of the game. And you make that lighter, whew, I feel bad for the other team because it's going to be shot after shot after shot. Also, where did I put my phone? So I saw something where they were predicting next year's Hall of Fame, and I got a kick out of it. We grabbed the picture of it so I could see what our predictions would be. So they picked. So first we'll start off with the celebrity, because every year they got a celebrity that goes in. So for this year was Dennis Rodman. They're thinking next year is gonna be Shaquille O'Neal. That ain't that bad. Shaquille O'Neal. I feel like, it very well could happen. Shaquille O'Neal did do something, I believe, for both WCW and WWE at one point. What about Karl Malone? I was thinking Karl Malone also. I just don't know if I the only reason I didn't go Karl Malone myself was, do you think that they would do Dennis Rodman this year, then bring Karl Malone in the following year? That's what kind of made me think maybe not Karl Malone. Maybe they'll wait till something maybe with Diamond Dallas or something with Karl Malone or something with Utah Jazz being bigger than what they are. Floyd Mayweather, that's a really good one too. The only problem with Floyd Mayweather, I think, is that correct me if I'm wrong. Big Show's still over at AEW working, right? There he is, the man who rides on fire, Ghost Rider. And Ghost, hold on. I mean to do something for you, Ghost. I meant to do it last night. It came through. Let me make it right. Let me see. Oh, we're on the wrong channel. Switch account. There we go. Okay. There we go. Ghost. Gotta have you modded up for both channels. It's only right. All right, Ghost. Say something so I want to make sure it worked. I am not the technical guy. But Floyd Mayweather, I think I feel like we need Big Show back in WWE before they go with Floyd Mayweather. Hey, I did say something, right? He said something. When you're right, you're right. What about Cyndi Lauper? She was big for The Rock and the wrestling connection in the 80s. That's a good one too. I'm just trying to think of what famous person that did something for wrestling would attract the most eyes to WWE. And on top of it, will be there and will be there to do it in person. I really think like if Big Show came back to WWE before next year's Hall of Fame, Floyd Mayweather would be it. He's got a big buzz to his name. He definitely would bring in viewers. Cyndi Lauper is another good one. It just I just don't know how far back they're looking to go for the celebrities yet. But do we have any other guesses we want to throw out there? Cyndi Lauper is real good too. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think we never had Arnold going yet, or Mike Tyson. Oh, that's the list that's in now. Okay. I was gonna say I could have sworn some of these names were in. Okay. So perfect. All right, so thanks to Donald, too sweet. This is the list of celebrities that WWE has brought in as of now so far. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Tyson, Donald Trump, Snoop Dogg, Kid Rock, Mr. T, Drew Carey, William Shatner, Pete Rose, Bob Uecker, and the WPF. I mean, one day, one day. Hey, what up, Peekaboo? What's up, Hunter? Sydney Lawfer. Oh yeah, that hits. That hits. Heath Slater with a hoot. So Peekaboo, what we're doing right now is I saw something where they came up with next year's Hall of Fame. And when I saw it, I said to myself, the Wolfpack Federation can absolutely top there. Can do this. I think we can top theirs easily. We got the best. I feel like we got the best of all wrestling over here. Knowledge. We got old school knowledge, new school knowledge, new to the game knowledge. But I don't know. I see. I really feel like I'm stuck on Shaq though. Out of all the, I don't want to be stuck on Shaq's name. I hate that they said Shaq. I wish they went with somebody else. Because I'm trying not. I see with the especially with their deal with ESPN, with sports. I think it has to be Sydney Lauper. She did a lot for wrestling. Even had wrestlers in her videos. How, how old how old is she nowadays? And she is still she would definitely she still does like appearances and stuff like that because that's a really good name. Because we know they're gonna want whoever the celebrity is gonna have to be able to go to the Hall of Fame, be inducted, and go, and then the next night at WrestleMania. Okay, cool. So I think that if it's a female, I think that's the best one. I think I'm 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 with Sydney Lauper for if it's a female celebrity, and Shaq if it's a male celebrity. Hey, the big man in charge. What's good, family? Too sweet. So what's up, my friend? I'm here. Did you check out the CHW Pro Wrestling yet? I'm sorry, I did not yet. I had a lot. I did not get a chance today, but you know what? I will check it out after the live tonight. How about that? I'm gonna open up another tab right now so that way I don't forget. CHW Pro Wrestling. Okay. Okay, I got it open in my tab because I always forget everything. I'm miserable at remembering shit if I don't have it written down or something. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor. Yes, Lawrence Taylor. I think we'll go with Lawrence Taylor. I like that. Let's put Lawrence Taylor in. Hells yeah. Hey, big man, though, I promise you I'm gonna check it out after the live tonight. I give you my word on that. Peekaboo said here goes one who surprisingly was never in WWE but did quite a bit with wrestling. Master P. Remember when he was in WCW with Conan and Rey Mysterio as their No Limit Soldier? Hey, listen, as long as he was in WCW, they'll bring him in. Also, Master P is the owner of HOG Wrestling. Hmm, that's not bad. Depending on if WWE wants anything to do with HOG, wrestling would be if they would consider Master P. Hey, big man in charge, do you know what we're doing right now? If not, I'll let you know because I want you to get in on this with us. And shout out to anybody out there who's ghost watching, man. We'd love to have you participate in the chat and hang out. We got a lot of cool people, but hey, if you're watching on your TV, then obviously you can't really write in the chat and stuff. But we also want to thank you for still pulling up and watching. But I really like Lawrence Taylor. So, big man in charge, what we're doing is I saw somewhere where this I forgot the name of the podcast, which my apology. I would love to give them a shout out to who it was that did it. Their group did a thing where they talked about who would be in in next year's Hall of Fame. And when I saw it, I thought to myself, a lot of it was pretty good, but I thought we would kill this because we did something like that not too long ago. They did I think what was it, King of the Ring list we did, guys? And we did our version, and our version kicked ass. Not to say, not to say it's a competition with anybody else. It's just, it's all just for fun. But we really kicked ass on that King of the Ring tournament. On that King of the Ring list we did. So I thought after how much fun that was, that this would be just as fun. So right now what we're doing is we're picking the celebrity who would go into the WWE Hall of Fame next year. In 2019, Master P purchased a share in HOG Wrestling. I don't know about WWE's relationship with HOG, but I know Amazing Red was helping train a few WWE people. If they if something happened like relationship wise, I think something real big. And that's how you clap yourself for a second. And we're back. But I think I'm really thinking Lawrence Taylor for the guys. What's the celebrity that the blue cigar smoke that blue cigar smoke in Roddy Piper's face? Celebrity that blue cigar smoke in Roddy Piper's face. Ah, shit, I'm not sure. Chat, who's he talking about? Who's the celebrity that blew smoke in Roddy Piper's face? Cold Slayer! Too sweet, brother. What up, Cold? How we doing tonight? I'm surprised Amazing Red never came to WWE since his cousin Zelina, he's the one who trained her. Amazing Red was ahead of his time, you know? He needed if he just started wrestling like the way he did, with his talent now, I feel like he would have got a deal. Because when Amazing Red was trying to break into WWE, they were still doing the I only want the guys all on steroids. He'd be a Hall of Famer. I know it's killing me because I remember it happening, but I can't remember who it was that did it. Wait, Cold Slayer with the save. Morton Downey Jr. blew the smoke into Piper's face, I think. Morton Downey. Yep, okay. Morton Downey Jr. Now, also remember, this celebrity, he has to be alive today and health wise be able to go to the Hall of Fame for the and then be on WrestleMania the next day and come out and do the wave and all that stuff. Which sometimes makes it can make it a little iffy on some of the older ones. It's one of my picks of Hall of Fame. There's one of my picks for the Hall of Fame is Morton Downey Jr. Morton Downey Jr. Let me see. Morton Downey Jr. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Had Red gone to WWE in his prime, he would have never done it. Very talented, no doubt, but back then they were pushing the lightweight, cruiserweight guys. Yep. Nope, Don. We're just about to go up to the next one. Exactly, Peekaboo. Amazing Red would have did amazing nowadays. It's just unfortunate. Look at how long it took AJ Styles. Best guy is the GOAT. And it still took him forever to come to WWE. Hey, what up like Trump? All right, so we got a good selection for celebrities. Hells yeah, he was good in TNA. Absolutely. I remember the name Up Like Trump. All right, so for the next question, for the part of the Hall of Fame, this was so remember they induct a Hall of Fame moment You know, so this one they did was Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon in the ladder match. IC title for IC title. Do we have a moment that could beat that, you think? And make sure if you just came in, you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the pack. What up, Zane? That's right. Tell him, Donald, hit that like button and subscribe or get a Stone Cold Stunner. Hells yeah. Big man charge said Kevin Federline, Hall of Fame, still alive, Shaquille O'Neal. That's Big Man in Charge. That's who their choice was actually. They went with Shaquille O'Neal for their Hall of Fame. Absolutely up like Trump. John Cena versus JBL. Damn right, that was good. All right, guys. Do we have a better wrestling match moment than Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon in a ladder match at WrestleMania when they both had their IC titles for who was the real IC champion? Or do we want to agree with them and put the same match in? That's a good one. That's the first ladder match in WWE. Well, correction, the first ladder match on television for WWE. Bret Hart's the first. Remember, Bret Hart's the one who had the first ladder match. He brought it to Vince, but unfortunately it wasn't televised. It was at a one of those shows where you don't get to see anything. But that's a hard match to beat. I think that really could be the Hall of Fame moment next year. How about the group, the Insane Posse Hall of Fame pack? Uh, I don't know. I think aren't they doing something right now? They're in the JCW right now, right? The Insane Clown Posse. Dawson, I agree. Yeah, right. That ladder match is pretty legendary. Peekaboo said one of my favorite ladder matches was Eddie Guerrero versus Ray for the custody of Dom. That's a good one too. Hey Tyler, welcome back, fam. To sweet. Cold Slayer said I had that match on VHS, WrestleMania 10. Hell yeah, Cold. That's what I'm talking about. He said, yeah, they won't do ICP because they have their own wrestling promotion. Yeah, so all right, so we're thinking best wrestle, best moment for the Hall of Fame. We're going with the same thing, right? Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels in a ladder match, WrestleMania 10, IC title for IC title. We're locking that in, right, boys? Um, we didn't really decide fully on a celebrity. We all kind of still went all over, but I think the football. What the hell was his name again? Lawrence Taylor. I think Lawrence Taylor is a lock for football because I just feel like it's gonna be a sports player again because it's gotta be somebody also that they can push, which is why I'm torn between Shaq and Lawrence Taylor. Yep, lock that match in. Peekaboo said I like that ladder match because it's the storyline still running to this day. Long lasting storyline with Yo, Raw Man, what up, fam? Too sweet. What up? One half of the heel squad tag team champions of the world. What up, Raw Man? He said bald heads unite. Pat McAfee. Yo, Pat McAfee. He could he could very well go into the Hall of Fame. That's not bad, Pat McAfee. He was an NFL punter. Yeah. So Tyler and Rawman, let me let you boys know what we're doing right now since you just came in. I saw somewhere that they made their own list for next year's Hall of Fame, and it looked pretty dope. So we're now seeing if we can make a better Hall of Fame list than what I saw. But we'll go back to the celebrities. I want everybody to keep thinking about it on the celebrity end. But we definitely got see if Pat's done with the company, I could see them putting him in the Hall of Fame. But I feel like Pat's not going to be done with the company yet. He's young. They may not look to put him in right now. Yep, Snoop Dogg's in there. Johnny Knoxville, Rob Grunsky. You might get one of those guys, Peekaboo. You might get one of them. What up, Mr. Pallet? I like MJF. That's what I heard. What a Pat McAfee. What'll Pat McAfee do now if he returns? Well, it's football season's here, so Pat McAfee can't work for when it's football season. He's too busy. That's why he doesn't work WWE during football season. But by the time football season, he could always come back as an announcer again. Yo, what up, Kiwi? What up, brother? Too sweet. Yo, Mr. CEO Hunter, what's cooking? What's going on, Brody? How we doing tonight, Kiwi? What's going on with Keith Lee? We haven't seen him in fucking years now. Bro, I don't understand what the hell. Like, you can't use nobody can figure out what to do with Keith Lee? That's a true shame. Is Bob Uecker in the Hall of Fame? LOL. I remember Andre choking him backstage. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, Cold. Yeah, Keith Lee got released a while ago. I don't know what he's doing nowadays though. That's that's the real question. Like, I'm surprised he never really popped up anywhere else. He went to AEW for like a week and then disappeared from there too. As far as I know, he's still with what's her name in WWE? The girl that's with Jade Cargill. Mia something. Mia Yim, there we go. All right. So every Hall of Fame they like to put in a tag team. What tag team do you think is going into the Hall of Fame next year? They went with the Hardy Boys. I think that's a solid pick. The Hardy Boys? Keith Lee is currently under contract with AEW, but has been on an extended hiatus since December 2023 due to an undisclosed serious health issue requiring double surgery. Well, there we go. Now we know what happened to Keith Lee. Shit. Good for him that he's still under contract, at least. I'm glad to know he's still getting a paycheck. Right, Peekaboo? I like the Hardy Boys too. I don't. I feel like it's got to be the Hardy Boys. That would be huge. And remember, shit, that's right. WrestleMania next year is going to be out of the country in Saudi Arabia. So they are still in TNA too, but they dropped the tag title. So I don't know if that's a sign that they're getting ready to wrap it up soon, or if the Hardy Boys aren't retired and want to keep the door open for WWE, I don't know who else. We need it's got to be a tag team, a solid tag team. Big man in charge. You don't like the Hardys? Roman said, "Damn, Saudi Arabia." Saudi Mania is gonna be strange. Hells yeah. The women can't dress normal. And for Mania, I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't have went there for Mania. But that's all. Them going there for Mania is all about greed and money. Hardy Boys both can go as a tag team and individually. Oh, absolutely, Kiwi. WrestleMania, yep. So, what do you guys think? The Hardy Boys go into the Hall of Fame next year? And if not, what tag team do you think goes into the Hall of Fame? Hey Hunter, if that war going on. What I don't know about any of that, Tyler. I don't I don't pay any attention to politics and all those overseas stuff because every day somebody's fighting over something. It's ridiculous that everybody can't just freaking get along and work together. I assume the British Bulldogs are already in. Um, I'm not sure, but I think they're gonna want the tag team to be able to be there in person. They're gonna want the tag team to they're gonna go with a tag team that both guys I think are able or to accept the award. It's a money thing with WWE. Oh, absolutely, it's a money thing, raw man. That it's them taking WrestleMania over there is strictly to do with money. I think WWE should have went in the UK, and I think they should have went to the UK too if they wanted to go somewhere other than where they've been going. Plus, a lot of people still like. I'm curious to see how many people end up actually traveling out to Saudi for Mania now next year. I know I wouldn't go. It's way too. I would not make that trip. I don't know how the food would react with my body and all that. No way. 2020 Bulldogs are in the Hall of 2020. Okay. So the Bulldogs went into the Hall of Fame in 2020. The fabulous Russo brothers. I don't, not over the Hardys. The Brain Busters, Money Inc. would be great. I just don't know if they would acknowledge Money Inc. The Rockers, British Bulldogs, and Midnight Express all deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Edge and Christian are definitely Hall of Fame worthy, but they're in AEW right now. Even though Edge is looking you know, to retire after the year. I don't know if Christian's looking to retire also or just Edge. But at the same time, I don't know if WWE would want to put them in the Hall of Fame right after leaving AEW that soon. I think they would want to at least let some time go by. Oh, micro. I was thinking of Money Inc. I'm thinking of Beer Money with Bobby Roode and James Storm. Money Inc. Mike. Ooh, that would be good. IRS and the $1 Million Man. That would be a dope team to put in. That would really be a good one. Tony Khan usually gives his guys a pass to attend WWE. Yeah, but I don't think WWE would take them, especially for something like that. While they're in AEW, not a shot. No WrestleMania in the UK. America like me, I don't trust countries like that either. Damn, big man in charge. You do not like anywhere. The Dream Team, Brutus and Valentine. Well, remember, guys, this the tag team has to be able to go to the Hall of Fame in person. They're gonna want the team to be there. So if they're not of the living or healthy enough to physically go to the Hall of Fame and get the ring and everything, I doubt they're going in anytime soon. Right? WWE is not giving no AEW wrestler any airtime on TV. Facts. Big facts. Good. And that's for Brutus and Valentine, Kiwi. The Rock and Sock connection. Yeah, good luck getting The Rock free to have time free. That's more of that issue, I think. Donald, I didn't hear a tag team from you, Donald. What are you thinking? Are you thinking Hardy Boys or do you got a better tag team in mind? I'd say we stay with the Hardy Boys on to the next. I know it's hard to beat the Hardy Boys. WWE likes them a lot. They do a lot of stuff. They are looking they have to be looking to retire somewhat within the next, milestone here. All right. Every year they pick one female wrestler to go in. They went with Mickey James. That ain't bad, Mickey James. And this female also has to be able to go there because they always make sure to have one specific female. Natty's still there. Natty's still in the mix. The day Natty retires from WWE, she'll be in the Hall of Fame that year, I think. She's so good, but it's got to be retired. Called the Dicks. I'm not sure. China's good, but I know for the one female they're gonna want her there in person. That's the only reason I'm not thinking China because she's not. If China was in the living, definitely China would have been. What do you got, Tyler? Who else you got, Donald? So if not female, come on, guys. I need a feet. Help Donald out. He ain't. Come on, if it ain't a female wrestler to beat Mickey James, I'm going by your comment. Jazz Victoria. Good names, but I don't think it's being Mickey James. You got Nick Aldis working for the company right now. And Mickey James had a big thing, had a big run at WWE. Is Miss Elizabeth's not here anymore. Trish Stratus and Lita went in already, right? They're both Hall of Famers, right? But if Miss Elizabeth was alive, definitely I would go Miss Elizabeth. Gail Kim's a good one. Gail Kim's a real good one. But she made more of her impact for TNA. You know, she didn't make a bigger impact in WWE than Mickey James. Yes, Lita and Trish are in the Hall of Fame. Okay. Tori Wilson. That's not if Tori Wilson's not in, that's not a bad idea. She's living, she's in good health. She'll be able to attend the Hall of Fame. Ah, Tori's in already. Alondra Blaze, Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler. Alondra Blaze is already in the Hall of Fame. Tori Wilson's in the Hall of Fame. And I'm not sure about Stacy Keibler, but she's not. Every time you see some of these old school promos, Mickey James is is on there. Dawn Marie. If it was ECW, definitely. Oh, they all did a good thing for their companies. But I don't think they weren't bigger in WWE though than Mickey James. And Nick Aldis works there too, making it even better. I'm not sure about Stacy though. If she Are you asking or saying she isn't? Peekaboo. Sable. There we go. If Sable's not in, Sable is there we go. Please tell me Sable's not in the Hall of Fame because if not, that's it. Okay. All right, you're saying got you, Peekaboo. Okay, so Stacy Keibler is in the Hall of Fame. Okay. Stacy was 2023. Sable's not in? Perfect. Perfect. Sable works perfect because you know what? You know what the headline now going from the female guys to the headliner of the Hall of Fame, and this is another reason why Sable will work perfectly. They got Brock Lesnar as the headliner for the Hall of Fame next year. And I absolutely think that Brock Lesnar is going into the Hall of Fame next year. Wow, I can't believe she's not in already, Sable, right? And how good would it be if Brock Lesnar and Sable both go in the same year so they can go there together? What great way to get them both to say yes and to do it than to have them both go. And wait, and it gets better. Brock Lesnar will go overseas. We know he'll go overseas. So Sable is perfect. Brock Lesnar as the headliner is perfect. It's so long I can't remember half the women wrestlers. I know. I hear you, Raw man. It's perfect both for Mark Merrill has to induct her. That would be great if he did. Tyler, get back, get on topic with us, my man. So there's three more names they have. I don't. I'm not sure what each of the categories are, but they put they went with Bam Bam Bigelow, Brian Pillman, and Shane McMahon. I'm trying to think of what the rest of the Hall of Fame qualifiers are. You got to head. They always go at. We did the headliner. We did the female they put in. We did the celebrity, the tag team. What are the other three? We did the match. Hey, what? So what's the wrestler that goes into the Hall of Fame? Oh, that's right. All right. So two wrestlers. Yep. No. So just like how Sid went in the legacy, we need two guys for a legacy spot. So I'm guessing their legacy, what they went with for legacy, was Bam Bam Bigelow and what the hell was his name? Bam Bam Bigelow and Brian Pillman. Who do you guys thinking for legacy members? And for those that don't know, legacy is just another word for wrestlers who passed away. So we need two wrestlers that passed away now. They went with Bam Bam Bigelow and Brian Pillman. Bray Wyatt's good. I like Bray Wyatt a lot too. I wonder if they would do Bray Wyatt the same year they did IRS and Ted DiBiase. If they would do them both the same year, or would they want them to be separate? Kiwi said definitely Bray. All right, so remember, guys, this year was Sid Vicious, AK Psycho Sid, and Bad News Brown. All right, so besides Bray Wyatt, think guys, think old school. Definitely think of at least one of them being real in the 80s, and then one in the 90s. Bam Bam Bigelow should be in the Hall of Fame. Chris Canyon. But is IRS in the Hall of Fame as a tag team or just by himself? All right, so we got to beat Bam Bam Bigelow and Brian Pillman, which is not two names to beat, easy to beat. Right? I definitely think we should keep Bam. I definitely agree with them on Bam Bam Bigelow. The only reason I wouldn't go with Owen Hart is because she still has the thing against WWE where they won't let Owen Hart be part of anything. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, 1000% I'd go Owen Hart. Should I bet the house on Owen Hart if it wasn't for Owen Hart's wife not wanting anything to do with WWE? Greg the Hammer Valentine, that's a great name. Sabu, I like Sabu. I just don't know if Sabu's a little too new at the moment for that. For what they usually pick for that spot. Big man in charge. Farouk. Farouk's a good one too. Big boss man. IRS was only inducted as a singles wrestler. Okay. Yep. Ron Simmons, same as Farouk. Oh wait, you just say you were the one who said Farouk. Okay. New Jack won't work because it was ECW. He did his greatness in. But we're getting a new Jack figure this year, finally. We're finally getting a new Jack figure. That's a plus. Oh, that's right. The Hammer and Rod are still alive, so that's why they won't work. Guys, remember, legacy means they gotta the wrestlers have the can't be the living. It's gotta be that they're not here anymore. We need one more with Bam Bam. We're gonna keep Bam Bam Bigelow, but we're gonna replace Brian Pillman with who? Scott Hall's already in. And Kiwi Ron's still alive. King Kong Bundy or Davy Boy Smith? I think that's it right there. I think that's 100% it. Sonny's a mess. I don't think we're gonna see Sonny in the Hall of Fame for a long time. Oh no, she's in already. Okay, good, good, good for her that she got in before she started getting in trouble. King Mabel, yo, King Mabel's a good one too. All right, so I think the three best ones I heard was King Kong Bundy, Davy Boy Smith, and King Mabel. Now, we don't want the other guy to be similar to Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow is a big guy. So maybe not King Mabel this year. What do you guys think? Bam Bam Bigelow and the British Bulldog? I think the British Bulldog's solid. I like Bam Bam and Davy Boy, right? That that's solid. Like Hall of Fame tag team. King Mabel and No Men on a mission. Kiwi said I agree. Bam Bam and Davy Boy, right? Yo, that just sounds like gold. Davy Boy, like listen, I love Brian Pillman. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame also. But I think the British Bulldog should be there first. See, I think King Mabel won't go in because they're gonna do Bam Bam Bigelow, and I feel like they want to try to make it like they don't want to make it seem like they're putting two of the same similar guys in. King Mabel's considered a big guy. Bam Bam's a big guy. But King Mabel's a really good one too. Like if they didn't take Bam Bam, I could see them going with King Mabel, but I think Bam Bam is clutch. And shit, Davy Boy Smith. I like Bundy. Bundy's real good too. But if I was betting on it, I'd bet on Bam Bam Bigelow and Davy Boy Smith being it. And those are the only two names I've seen anybody agree on. You had me, Donald, and Kiwi all agreed on that at one point. Those are the only two those are the only two legacy names I've seen anybody agree on yet tonight. Everybody else had different names. So that says it right there too. That's a good one. Umaga's another good one. Big John Studd, Hall of Fame tag team. Mo and King Mabel men on a mission. Remember Mo? King Mabel's partner. Yep. Yeah, I was thinking Umaga too at first because I was thinking of somebody in Roman's family. Umaga's a good one too. Shit. Hey, what could be the spot that they voted Shane McMahon? What would that spot be? Who we missed that went into the Hall of Fame this year that we didn't talk about? AJ Styles was the headliner. Wait, Davy Boy Smith was inducted in 2020, the British Bulldog. Shit. Son of a bitch. Man, Bigelow. Hmm. Well, that's screwed up. That damn you, British Bulldog. I'm trying to think of who went in the Hall of Fame this year. That would have been the spot for that they chose Shane McMahon for next year. Who went in? All right, Demolition went in this year. Let me see your spots. All right, we had Stephanie McMahon for the women. Brutus the Barber Beefcake went into the Hall of Fame this year. Big man in charge. Otherwise, let me see. 2026 WWE Hall of Fame. All right. 2026 Hall of Fame was Stephanie was the female for the female wrestler that went in. AJ Styles was the headliner. Demolition was the tag team. Dennis Rodman was the celebrity. Bad News Brown and Psycho Sid were legacy. We got the match of the night already. The match, the big match moment we had. They did Hulk Hogan versus Andre, WrestleMania 3. I don't know what they picked Shane McMahon for. I'm not seeing another name that would go for Shane McMahon's category. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six people went to the Hall of Fame. No. Bad News Allen celebrity, Sid celebrity, two for legacy, two for tag team, one for celebrity, one for a headliner, one for female. That's seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, I think they. Oh, Beefcake was in 2019. Shane McMahon for Daredevil category. maybe maybe they screwed up because I don't see a spot for Shane McMahon comparing it to the 2026 Hall of Fame. I'm going to look up the 2025 Hall of Fame and see if it's exactly the same outline as 2026. Let's see. 2025 WWE Hall of Fame. All right, the headline. All right, for 2025, we had Triple H, Lex Luger, Michelle McCool, The Natural Disasters, Bret and Stone Cold in the match. So you had Earthquake and Typhoon winning for the tag team. Michelle McCool was the female talent. Triple H was the headliner. Lex Luger was a legacy. Oh wait, they had Legacy Wing inductees Kamala, Dory Funk Jr., and Ivan Koloff. So they had three last in 2025. So that's interesting. I don't think they had a celebrity last last 2025. I'm not seeing a 2025 Hall of Fame celebrity. Hey, the Irish psychopath. What's good, Brody? Too sweet. Yeah, I think they just winged it. Shit. You're right. So supposedly the 2026 format is what they want to go is what they're trying to do going forward. So we're good. We're pretty good. We got Brock Lesnar for headliner, Sable, there was no celebrity, so they added a legacy in 2025. Linda and Vince McMahon Hall of Fame, baby. No celebrity, so they added a legacy in 2025. Yep, that's what they did. Okay, so based off the 2026 Hall of Fame, we got Brock for headliner, Sable for the female celebrity, Shawn versus Razor for the IC title ladder match for the moment, Vince should be in the Hall of Fame. He really should be. Damn man created everything. Without Vince, there's no WWE today. Nice, Irish. Very good. That's what I like to hear. Like, you can't talk wrestling without Vince McMahon. I think it's so much bullshit that he can't be there. Like, I don't understand. What's the big deal if he's there at the Hall of Fame and shit? He's not he's not running the day to day or making any of the decisions. So what was the big deal if he would have been there this year at the Hall of Fame? Especially that his daughter was in the Hall of Fame. I'm glad that Stephanie mentioned her father's name. I don't know about Linda, if she's ever been. I know Linda doesn't like to be all out there, so he was probably there, just not on camera. Nah, so supposedly Vince wasn't in the building at all. Oh, Vince was probably he probably got bored and he probably bought an entire strip club for the night. He's Vince McMahon, baby. Hid in the back somewhere. I think they'd be too afraid to even attempt to let him be on the property with TKO being such a son of a bitch. Hey, what was the tag team we were going with? Did we have a tag team to replace the Hardy Boys? Well, hey, you already know that it always goes up and down. They'll do something cool, then they'll screw it up. Let's just hope that the something cool happens more than the screwing up this year. Yeah, after WrestleMania, it's like a wash, and they get a whole brand new attempt to not screw it up again. So I'm trying to not be objective until after Backlash, so we can see what where we're definitely gonna be going with the story. Okay, we went with the Hardys. Okay, cool. Oh, it was the celebrity we had to go back to. He was there hiding, playing with the grapefruit. He couldn't get no WWE divas to do it for him. Good stuff, Irish. Good stuff. All right, we need to agree on one celebrity for next year's Hall of Fame. That's the only thing we didn't figure out. Do we go Shaquille O'Neal, Lawrence Taylor, or what was that? What was the female you said, Donald, that was really good? Mike Tyson's already in, if I'm correct. We'll do you know what, I'm gonna make a poll with 3 names and we'll see what everybody votes. Cyndi Lauper, there we go. Cyndi Lauper was it? Let me see. Cyndi Lauper. All right, chat. You got 3 names to pick between in the poll. Big man in charge. As long as the Big Show is in AEW, they're not gonna have Floyd Mayweather. So, answer on the poll who you pick. The poll is up. We're at Cyndi Lauper's in the lead right now. Cyndi Lauper's about to win. She's at 67 so far. Make sure everybody you choose one of those 3. Shit, I'm gonna vote myself also on it. Let's see. I try. I'm like, why can't I vote? I gotta be on my other account to vote. All right, so I try. I'm like, why can't I? Let's see. Let's see. Where is the poll? Oh, let's see if I say something. There's the poll. All right, you gotta say something in chat. If you don't see the poll, say something in chat, and the poll pulls up. If you're having a problem finding it. All right, we're at Cyndi Lauper is in the lead, baby. That's right, everybody. Make sure if you have not already, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Yo, Fat Boy Kicks, yo, Queens, get that money. Fat Boy, make sure you vote on that poll for who would be. That's for the celebrity going into the Hall of Fame next year. Damn right. All right, let's see what the poll is at. Cyndi Lauper is at 57%, Lawrence Taylor is at 29%, and Shaq is at 14. Wow. Cyndi Lauper we're going with Cyndi Lauper, baby. Did everybody vote? If you didn't vote, this is your last chance before we take down the poll. And we put Cyndi Lauper in. So if you did not want Cyndi Lauper, make sure you vote. Otherwise, that is our champion. Okay. The poll is now down. Can we vote Floyd Mayweather, WWE Hall of Fame? He hit Big Show in the nose and broke it, which is why he'll never be going into the Hall of Fame right now. Told you. Big Show's in AEW. They can't take him in while Big Show's not there because they need the Big Show to talk about him. And they're not going to want to talk about somebody that's running around with the AEW flag swinging. Otherwise, Floyd Mayweather would have absolutely been a good choice. Shaq just dropped a new verse on Rick Ross's new song. Guys just want to have fun. Tell you, Shaq's making moves. I hope Cyndi Lauper gets it though. Cyndi Lauper is not in the WWE Hall of Fame despite her critical role in the 1980s Rock and Wrestling Connection that helped launch WrestleMania. She has not been inducted into the celebrity wing, which is absolutely wild. She was part of the original WrestleMania that launched it. How do you not induct the person who launched WrestleMania? Cyndi Lauper has to be going in. And I don't you feel like they don't want to wait too much longer while she's still here? Like I hope they don't screw this up and really drop the bag. Like Captain Lou is in. All right, Cyndi Lauper is our celebrity pick, right, Roman? She's in WrestleMania 1. How has she not been inducted yet into the Hall of Fame is disgusting. Do you think it's kind of like a if Vince was in charge, she would have been in thing? Cyndi Lauper's daddy is Captain Lou Albano in the WWE, if you did not know that. Right, Fat Boy? What an outrage. That's some real bullshit that she's not in the Hall of Fame. She's the original celebrity. She starts the line for celebrities in WWE. Like, is she the only celebrity that was on WrestleMania 1 also that's not in the Hall of Fame by now? Everybody else that was there was in, right? Captain Lou was also in Cyndi Lauper's music video. I really can't believe WWE hasn't put her in. I swear, unless she's like unless at 72 years old, she's hanging out with hookers and doing blow all night. They got no excuse not to put her in. Unless she was offered and didn't want to do it. We never thought about that also, right? What if maybe she didn't want to do it? There you go, big man in charge. Like, that's the only thing that I feel makes sense is if she didn't want to do it or couldn't do it because she had something else going on when they asked her, and then they never came back and asked her again, maybe. I'll tell you one thing though, we got to be very vocal about it when we hit WrestleMania season next year. We got to make sure people don't forget her name. Also, this is the part where I show you a cool toy. So, in honor of EViL leaving New Japan for WWE, we have the only figure that EViL has at the moment. Ooh, boy, you got the King of Darkness himself, EViL. from Super 7. And man, did they do one hell of a job on this baby. So, EViL, welcome to the WWE, baby. Hopefully, we get a WWE figure sooner than later, so that way I don't have to open this and I can keep this as a collectible in the box. Man, Super 7 did so good with the figures. And I can't wait to see what they do with EViL. I think the only way EViL doesn't become world champion in NXT is because they're going to bring him up to the main roster too quick. They may not want to put the belt on him if he's leaving that quick, which is a very strong possibility because EViL doesn't need to be in NXT. All he needs is a week or two to learn production. That's all. He just needs a week or two to learn WWE's way of doing production. Oh yeah, Irish. That's why we're live right now. Thanks to EViL debuting in NXT tonight, we are live. I am a big fan of EViL and all the good shit that they can do with him. Yeah, Mr. T and Muhammad Ali are already in the Hall of Fame. And they were both at WrestleMania 1. She's the only one from WrestleMania 1 that hasn't been in the Hall of Fame. Irish, how good was that debut for EViL tonight? That was perfect. At first, I thought to myself, who is this character that they're going to try to sell to us as this mythical, magical kind of guy? And then he took the hood off, and it was EViL, and it was like, holy shit. New Japan lost EViL now too? Like, I don't know what New Japan's doing over there that they're losing so many of their best guys. New Japan's having a fire sale. And if you're top talent, you're going. You're right, Donald. Sidney Crawford should have been the first celebrity talent. I wonder why Vince never brought her in. I truly hope we find out that her not going in was her choice, not that WWE didn't ask her a bunch of times, because it's really disgusting if WWE never asked her. That's really fucked up. Have a good night, big man. I'll see you on the next one, big man. Have a good night. Too sweet. Irish said that debut was amazing. The roof blew off the place. Hells yeah. This was a really good episode of NXT tonight. NXT really did good. And you knew it was going to be exciting because now that we got all the call ups out of the way for Raw and SmackDown, we now knew that this was going to be the big one for NXT. Even though it's not the first NXT after WrestleMania, but in a way, it kind of feels like, it was like the first real NXT. Because the first last week's NXT was just ending all old storylines. They were just clearing out the storylines for everybody going forward, which was perfect. Which is why Soruka lost last week. That needed to happen. She needed to go down since she's leaving, and Zarya's not. They got one more chance to make Zarya look tough. Hopefully they don't blow it again with Zarya, because Zarya's got a good look. She already stole Brock's finisher, and nobody apparently is yelling at her for doing the F5. So if they're gonna push her like she's strong, push her. And what a great opportunity right now for NXT. This is the time for you to go out there and shoot your shot. Goddamn Lola Vice is Lola Vice is beautiful. You ain't wrong, Raw man. They knew what they were doing when they put the world title on her. You knew that she was gonna become world champion. There's no way you look like her and you don't get a world title run. No way. What I would do to be that iguana guy, lucky son of a bitch. Cyndi Lauper's absence from WWE Hall of Fame is widely considered a notable omission given her pivotal role in the 1980s. While not officially confirmed, reasons likely include scheduling conflict, a lack of interest on her part, or the passing of key figures like Captain Lou Albano and Roddy Piper. So it might actually be her. Hey, welcome back, Red Devil News. NXT was amazing. Bro, I loved Hell's yeah. NXT absolutely delivered tonight. They did it right. Kiwi, have a good one, brother. Hey, I can't complain, Red Devil. How about you? How was your night tonight? Did you catch NXT at all? Some speculation suggests she may have declined invitations or uninterested in revisiting that era. However, in 2018, she reportedly shut down rumors that she refused induction. So shit. So that basically just told us we're more confused than we were. So maybe she didn't want to do it, or maybe she did. She did, and she wasn't interested. I wonder if she has an Instagram account. I'm gonna try to find her on Instagram and message her. So who knows, bro? But Triple H better get on the phone. You damn right, Triple H better get on the phone. It's going well, thank you. I'll tell you what, I've been terrible when it comes to seeing the shows. Hey, it's never too late, Red Devil News. It's never too late. You could always, and even if you haven't really been watching, now's the best time to start watching again if you are interested, because now's like the restart of everything. All the brand new storylines are just starting. So you didn't really need to know anything beforehand. You know, now's the best time for a new fan, a new wrestling fan, to jump into it. Have her come on the channel, right? That would be awesome if she would come on the channel and talk about it. I hope she has an Instagram, or she might even have a. If not, I'll try finding her on Facebook. I miss The Rock. I love The Rock. I miss the final boss, bro. Yo, the final boss was awesome when The Rock played that gimmick. He did good when he came back as the final boss. Man, I got such a kick out of that. Well, if WWE is listening to us, she will be in next year. That's a big fact, or at least asked to be in. We won't punish you, WWE, if she says no, but you gotta ask her. You know what? Thinking about where it is, where it's going to be held next year, WrestleMania. I don't. I can't picture if she's not really like that interested in doing it and is like 50-50 about it. I feel like WrestleMania being all the way over there next year would make her say no. You know, I feel like if it was in the States, we got a real chance of her saying yeah. Like, you know, his entrance with the massive Tron and the lightning strikes. Hell yeah, Red Devil. You know, they did all that really good. Just only The Rock's schedule is so busy, so that's why I don't expect to see The Rock in any like on-screen role for a long time, and it sucks. I love, we always love when The Rock comes back, but look at what he did for John Cena when John Cena went heel. He was supposed to be part of that, and he was so busy that he couldn't even do his own idea. It was The Rock's idea for John Cena to go heel. Like, yeah, they'll have to do the Hall of Fame like a week early in the US. Not many celebrities are going to go over there. You know what I mean? Like, especially like older celebrities. I don't see anybody. I really don't see people like over 60 taking that trip out there unless they're like so rich they got a private jet. You know what I mean, Donald? Like that's a long trip for shit. I ain't looking to do that trip. Could you imagine somebody in their 70s doing that? That's way too long of a trip. And I think it's really rotten that WWE's going over there for WrestleMania. Like, what about all the fans that travel all over the WrestleMania, all these years and stuff that now aren't gonna be going to WrestleMania because it's over there. But it's that 3 o'clock in the morning time, boys. I gotta get some sleep tonight. We may be live Thursday night. We will see. If not Thursday night, we won't be live again until Monday night because I won't be here over the weekend to go live. So I'm gonna try to go live again Thursday night, but if not, Monday night will be the next night. We'll be live after Monday Night Raw. So thank you everybody for pulling up as always. Everybody have a safe and blessed week. And if you have not smashed that like button, please smash that like button and subscribe on your way out. Because when you hunt with the pack, you never hunt alone. As always, everybody, stay hunting. 2